The banks on Wall Street generate billions of dollars for themselves using your retirement account and leave you with the table scraps when you retire. Here's how. When a hedge fund, market maker, or other financial institution wants to short sell stock into the market, they must first acquire a locate. A locate is just a confirmation that the shares they want to borrow actually exist. To get a locate, they call up their prime broker. Prime brokers are some of the largest financial institutions on Wall Street. They provide a huge variety of investment and financial services to the ultra rich, and they include companies like Chase, Goldman Sachs, Citigroup, and more. So let's say a prime broker gets a locate request from a hedge fund for 100,000 shares. They locate the shares, call the hedge fund back and say, hey, you're all good to go, you can short sell that stock now. The hedge fund pays the prime broker for the locate and then sells that borrowed stock into the market. The problem is that there's nothing in place stopping the prime broker from calling 4 other hedge funds and telling them that they too can short sell 100,000 shares into the market, in exchange for a small payment, of course. Suddenly, 400,000 shares of X stock enter the market that don't even exist. This creates an oversupply of stock that drives the value of the target stock down, ruining the value of people's investments. This isn't even close to the worst of it. Where do you think the prime broker gets their locates from? You guessed it, your retirement accounts. Retirement funds like Vanguard, Ally, Fidelity, and more loan their shares to prime brokers to be used for locates. How do the retirement funds benefit from this? When a prime broker gets paid for a locate, they pay the retirement funds that they're borrowing from. In case there's any confusion as to how much money these guys are making off the backs of your retirement accounts, here's Patrick Byrne explaining how lucrative this actually is. Patrick Byrne is the founder of Overstock, and after his company was the target of horrendous naked short selling attacks, launched a long-standing legal battle against naked short sellers.
So Goldman Sachs, we were in this lawsuit and they were forced to, after 8 years of fighting, to turn up how big is this obscure thing called securities lending. I knew it was at least 5%. I thought it might be 15%. 15% at Goldman Sachs would be quite a large number. Well, the answer turns out to be 75%.
75% of Goldman Sachs' revenue comes from securities lending. I don't think it's a stretch to assume the numbers are similar for other prime brokers as well. This Reddit user summarized it nicely. He said, so what you're saying is that my IRA custodian is lending out the underlying in my retirement account in order to not only profit for themselves, but also enable the underlying to decrease in value. And somehow this IRA custodian is still able to uphold their fiduciary duty to me? Effectively, all our retirements and pensions are front-run and shorted for 30 to 40 years, stealing money from us the entire time and washing it in the market.